Here on the streets of Tehran, many people have seen the horrific images of the killing of Steven Sotloff on television, though the newspapers have little reference to it. They instead are full of an unexpected turn in the old enmity with America. Iran beating a superior US team in the World Volleyball Championships. The eagle in the hands of the lion, shouts this headline. Or, this one reads, the United States kissed our hand. But on the streets, there is a tangible empathy with America's agony over the killing.
Regardless of their religion, their nationality, whatever they are and whatever they do, we feel sympathy for them, yes, of course.
But among the people they have killed are Americans, and America has been your enemy, so how do you feel?
Either way, Americans are human beings. As for being enemies, this is for the politicians to talk about. I can't say anything. But ISIS are committing genocide. They're killing human beings.
But there are those here who suspect the West's hand in allowing the Islamic State to flourish in the first place.
These people are really supported by the West to cause a split among Muslims, as they're afraid of Muslim unity.
The breaking of the Islamic State's siege of the Shia stronghold of Amaleh in northern Iraq is evidence of a seismic shift in Iran's view of that country. This was a victory achieved in part by bombs dropped by America, a power once portrayed by Iran as the great Satan. It was a victory against IS achieved on the ground by Shia militia, strongly backed by Iran. In effect, this was an American-Iranian action in all but name. Analysts believe that Iranian Revolutionary Guards are already on the ground with these celebrating Shia militias. Iran's foreign minister, having already sent a delegation to Iran's other old enemy, Sunni Saudi Arabia, is declaring the need for the whole region to put aside old divisions.
We need all countries in the region to join forces to set aside illusions about gaining short-term gains from the presence of these terrorist forces and looking at the long-term picture, their own interest in dealing with these terrorist organizations, and also in helping the Iraqi politicians and political establishment to expedite the formation of an inclusive government that is representative of the Iraqi people.
Iranian shoppers are still paying the price for tensions with America. US sanctions were stepped up against Iran the very day their shared victory in Amaleh was achieved. They're not yet painting out the slogan on the wall that speaks so well of the old enmity and hatred. So how far-reaching is this new and forced US-Iranian coalition on the Syrian-Iraqi battlefield?
So, John, this is really interesting stuff, isn't it? You've got America, Saudi Arabia, the Sunni power, and Iran, the Shia power, cozying up to each other. But is this diplomatic threesome going to last?
Well, not so fast, Matt, because although there are those signals, there are a number of big problems. The first is that Iran does not want to be seen in America's camp, particularly because there's still that dialogue going on the nuclear front, and domestically nobody would want to be lined up with America so long as there's no agreement on the nuclear issue in Vienna. And then we get to the other thing. Iran does not want to be seen to be waging a Shia-Sunni fight. They want this not to be part of some kind of holy war. Then we get to Saudi Arabia. Fine, yes, there's been a great dialogue opened between the junior foreign minister here and his counterpart in Saudi Arabia. Lots of ministerial agreement, but then the king. Analysts are telling me they have clear evidence that the king and the royal entourage are not with this project to defeat IS. Heaven knows where that leads. But let's look at the good news, because at the end of the day, what has happened between Iran and America over Amaleh will, I think, infect confidence for the talks in Vienna that I referred to.